Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today is the 17th of Muharram 1442. Again, I'll be doing a video. We are still in the middle of the Environmental Quality Act 1974 and towards the last quarter of the provisions under Clean Air Regulations 2014. All right. First of all, thank you, YouTube, and the inventor of YouTube is a platform that we are able to share information and knowledge with everyone. Some of them who are viewers of this video could be experts themselves and maybe experts in various things which is mentioned in the law. I'm not the expert of everything. I just have to, I'm obliged for this, what do you call exposure or sharing the information in this environmental law. Now, and for subscribers, thank you very much for subscribing. I hope you are able to share this video with all your other colleagues who might not have the opportunity or even the luxury to attend training, either public training or in-house training. And perhaps if you are a student, I hope you're able to see the sort of demand in terms of environmental technology and management. If you are a student in environmental sciences, environmental technology, etc., and if you are a teacher or lecturer in the field of applied environmental sciences, engineering, I hope this video would be an additional what they call input to your inventory of knowledge in that discipline. Okay, before we go on, if you are right now attending the Friday prayers, please shut down my video, especially when the khatib is about to recite the khutbah. And if you are busy with all other matters, please refrain from watching this video as well. Now, in this video, we are going to look into another important provisions under the Clean Air Regulations 2014, whereby in prior of the gazette of these particular regulations, apparently there has been a number of methodologies and equipment which are being used to do sampling and analysis, especially from stack emission. Yeah, so I learned way back in the early 2000s, it could be 2003 up to 2009, there has been a great effort by the authority, namely the DOE, in assembling all the information with regards to especially sampling of emission and also the various types of air pollution control in order for them to have some form of performance evaluation, which is a very good effort. This involves a number of officials, I believe, in the DOE who has been working and trained in the various fields in order to assemble all this information, and is a great effort. But most of these people went by without people knowing they are literally unsung heroes, yeah, in terms of getting all this information compiled and assembled in such a good manner. Now, this particular regulation is talking about standardizing method. in sampling and analysis of air pollution emission, especially those that is coming out from ducting, especially stack and chimneys. Okay, and it is not only a responsibility of the various contractors who perform so-called stack sampling or emission monitoring and sampling and analysis, but legally it is also the responsibility of the owner and occupier, all right, of the premises, who owns those processes and those stack and chimneys and those dust collector, scrubber, and electrostatic precipitator, etc., to comply to this standard method of sampling and analysis. Not only you got to know what is needed, but I believe the owner of the company may have delegated this to their various competent persons, and for this matter, competent persons perhaps competent in the dust collector, filter baghouse, perhaps electrostatic precipitator, scrubber, etc. Okay, and on top of that, laboratories who perform the sampling and the analysis is also related to these particular regulations. Okay, in a manner to ensure that the sampling that has been done comply to the standard, plus the analysis that is being done in the lab comply to this standard as well. Now, I am not the expert as far as the sampling of impurities, air impurities from stack, especially isokinetic stack sampling. I just attended a few training, that's it, not much of hands-on, and even that I was guided all the way, so I'm not good at it. But in this country, I think a few of them are still working. In fact, for the DOE, and one of them I knew who are actually the experts in isokinetic stack sampling. One of them is, I think you know, Haji Kamaruddin Abdul Rahman. He's in Johor. He was in Negeri Sembilan for a while. And there are a few others. One has become a consultant doing sampling and monitoring as well. Haji Zulkifli Ahmad, I believe from environmental science. These are the first batch of people. Oh yeah, not forgetting right now the Pengarah, the director of Pahang State. I'm not sure whether it's Haji. Assuming it's Haji Muhammad Sani Daud. That is another what they call pioneer, one of the top 5 people in the country who learned isokinetic stack sampling in that manner based on the US EPA method from one of our superior then. It was Engineer Lee Heng Keng, if not mistaken. Yeah, yeah, I remember him well, actually. He's a nice chap. Uh, uh, and he was trained in Italy, if not mistaken. That's where I'm not sure. I believe it was in Italy. And yeah, these are the people who are still in the OE, and some of them has gone out to do their own thing. And yeah, and there are a few other people. Maybe I haven't mentioned the name here, Muhammad Yazid, etc., and all these people. So these are actually pioneers who has got not only theory in their head, but also hands-on. And in those years, I believe it was 1985, 86, 87, the isokinetic stack sampling was just about to be introduced to this country, and it was a set of tedious, meticulous, sweatful exercise to do isokinetics, stack sampling, and it's all manual, calculated. I remember they are using slide rule and bring up to the stack, and whereby they got to do the sampling. And I believe if you give the current equipment to these people, it would be a breeze, because the old stack sampling is just like driving a car which is manual transmission. And right now, today, we are like the isokinetic stack sampling versions are literally almost like driving an transmission car. So it's a big difference in it. But anyway, the principles remains the same. And for that, the Malaysian standard, please forgive me if the names I mention your names without your prior consent. Saya minta maaf, because it's a sweet memory. I remember it was in Port Dickson. Saya bukannya handal sangat, cuma tukang sibuk saja pada ketika itu. I was just hanging around with them, looking at what they're doing. I'm not involved in training as much as they did. Okay, so Malaysian Standard 1596 apparently is governing what is I believe is about this one is about the CEMS, Standard Installation Methodology. It was as early as 2003, or was it 2000? Yeah, 2003. This effort was done, and off late there was a latest edition. Yeah, I believe there's some later edition that standardized the methodology of continuous emission monitoring system, and it has got all certain components has got to be installed according to the standard, and you can check this with those people that I mentioned. I believe a competent person in the dust collector, or what do you call it, stack sampling, would understand this much better than I do. The reason I'm showing this is to display to those people who are not sure that whether or not the sampling and analysis of emission is standardized. The answer is yes. In fact, it is regulated in the Clean Air Regulation under Regulation 23. That's it. Nothing more than that. I'm not the expert. Now, there's another important thing of the standard that was MS 1596. All right, just try and remember the figure. There's another standard related to sampling and analysis, and this is actually pertaining to what is called the performance evaluation of these different types of air pollution control equipment. ESP is there. There you are. All right, you have got ESP, and you have the different types of filter media. This one could include like dust collector using cartridge, that could be a part of the filter media, or dust collector using socks. These are filters. Different types of filter materials are involved. Yeah, so that would be called a filter media. And there's another type of vortex tube filter. This you know that better than I do. Okay, and this is quite familiar to me. Cyclones, cyclones that these particles would come into a cylinder type of cyclone, and as the particle gets in touch with the surface of the cyclone, it starts to decelerate there's some this reduction in velocity, and it will spiral around the cyclone, and it picks up mass and becomes heavier and then settle down as dust collected at the bottom of the cyclone. And there are multi-cyclone systems very popular in steel smelting facilities or factories. All right, and these are the different standards which is available, which is gazetted in Clean Air Regulations 2014 under Clean Air Act, Clean Environmental Quality Act 1974, and it is Regulation 23. And please, all contractors and laboratories who are doing analysis or doing jobs or sampling and analysis of dust and gases, okay, that is emitted from stack do have this copy and comply to the standard. Also, it would be good if you could have some other standards, especially those found in the US EPA, okay? And there you are. There are going to be more standards coming up. The way I see this, I am quite positive that there will be more standards that would be stipulated under this law pertaining to sampling analysis, reporting, performance evaluation technique, to ensure when there is standardization, it is the data that DOE is collecting are all based on standard methods, so that there wouldn't be any dispute of the type of method which are not standard, then could cause certain coefficients of variance or rogues in data, etc. All these irregularities, unstandardized methodology would lead to a lot of argument. So to avoid that, the law has come up with some standard, which is a good thing. I live long enough to look at this. It was absent before in my years. It is here now, and but unfortunately, I'm not those fortunate ones who are able to study this in detail. So what I could do for you is to show you where to get them, what are they, and you got to get them for yourself. All right. So I believe that is about it for this video, a snappy one. Thank you for your attention and time. I wish all of you blessings from the Almighty. Be protected, be what they call be kept away from this COVID-19 infection, and stay healthy, eat good quality food, healthy food, and till we meet in the next video, inshallah, I wish all of you assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you.